Hey lads and ladies, this is King Lear and welcome back to Proceed to Checkpoint. This is going to be a tactics video for Wanderer's Palace hard mode, which just came out today in patch 2.5. I don't guarantee this is going to be the be-all and end-all of tactics, or that a better method won't come out in a day's time, but basically the dungeon is only out a couple of hours. I've already cleared it, so I'm going to put up a video so that anyone who is having trouble with it or who wants to have a quick look at the tactics before they go into the dungeon can have a look, see how the group I went with managed to do it, and hopefully get it cleared and get it done. So without further ado, I'll give you a quick run through boss by boss of what our group did to beat this. So, boss number 1, the first thing to be aware of is that during the fight, he will turn towards a random member of the group and cast a fire attack on them. This attack will hit everyone standing close to the person. The damage isn't reduced by grouping up or anything like that. So for this fight, make sure you're spread out and you aren't standing near the other members of your group to avoid this attack. The next thing to be aware of with this particular boss is randomly during the fight, or a certain percentages of the fight, he will throw down a spear on the floor. Now we killed this spear as quickly as possible. We didn't leave a single one up. So to be honest, I can't tell you what will happen if you do, but I wouldn't imagine it's a good idea. So zerging down this spear seems to be the way to. Boss number 2 in here is relatively simple, and to be honest, most of the mechanics can pretty much be ignored if your group is reasonably enough geared. Took us a little while to work out what was going on in this fight, and by the time we actually worked out roughly what was happening, we already had the boss dead, so I wouldn't be hugely concerned. There's a couple of things to pay attention to in here that will make your life a little easier though. Periodically during the fight, this boss will summon a number of totems around the floor of the area. Each of these have a different colour. They come in blue, green, red and purple. Each totem has an area of effect around it, and standing in this will give a different symptom to the player who's standing in it. The green one appears to give you heavy, the red one lowers your resistance to fire, the blue one turned me into a toad when I stood in it, and the purple one increases the amount of damage you do. From what I saw in this fight, the purple one is the only useful one worth standing in, and the rest of them should be avoided. You can pretty much get this boss down by just jumping in the purple ones when they appear and DPSing him throughout the fight. This final boss is the trickier one, and I can pretty much guarantee that in a couple of days time there's going to be a better tactic for beating this guy. I'm going to show you how we did it today without any tactics available on the internet yet, so at least until there's a better strategy developed for this guy, you can beat him if you're not sure how to do it, or if you don't have your own strategy that works for you. The boss, of course, has a couple of telegraphed area of effect spells to be avoided. There's a rotting gas, and in addition to that, there's a pretty big conal attack that would almost cover the whole arena if it was positioned badly. I'm not going to tell you to avoid those, because you've played Final Fantasy long enough at this stage. You know area of effects, big yellow markers on the ground, get out of them. The main tactic here is that this guy will drop standards on the floor. Now, this is where there will probably be better ways to deal with these in a couple of days' time. We found DPSing them took too long, so what we did was we kited the boss to avoid them. While he's standing in the standards effect, he receives buffs, so he'll be stronger. So we just kited him to the edge of one of the standards. When he placed his next standard, we kited him to the edge of that, and we kept going around like that. Now the arena did get pretty full, but by the time it became a problem, we had already dealt with the boss. If you have low DPS, this strategy might not work for you, and you may have to come up with an alternative. In addition to the standards, the boss will also summon idols. These have far less health, but also take up a good chunk of the arena with their area of effect. The idols should be killed as quickly as possible, as they have very little health and you're gonna get them down really easily. This boss also has the Doom effect seen on some bosses in earlier dungeons. A player afflicted by this spell will be killed when the debuff timer wears off unless he is healed to full health. So healers, this one's on you. Thank you very much for watching, guys. They are the basic tactics for Wanderer's Palace hard mode. As I said, a couple of days time there will probably be better strategies out there, but for anyone who wants a rough idea what they're walking into on patch day, this has just been a quick little guide to give you some expectation and a few tips so you're not going in here completely blind. If you've enjoyed the video, like and comment and let me know, please. And don't forget to hit subscribe for some more Final Fantasy content coming in the future. Cheers, guys, and good luck with patch 2.5.